What if I told you that 95% of wasabi you've eaten is fake horseradish dyed green? That real wasabi costs $200 per kilogram and loses its flavor 15 minutes after grating? Growing authentic wasabi at home saves thousands while delivering restaurant quality flavor. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how. Why real wasabi is expensive. Market reality shows 95% of wasabi served globally is actually horseradish mixed with mustard and green food coloring. Real wasabi, Wasabia japonica, belongs to the Brassicaceae family and delivers complex sweet heat with floral notes and no harsh burn. The flavor profile peaks at 15 minutes after grating and disappears by 30 minutes, making freshness critical. Nutritional compounds include anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and cancer-fighting properties. Restaurant markup charges $3 to $5 per tablespoon, while wholesale prices reach $100 or more per kilogram. U.S. imports from Japan and Taiwan at premium prices. One mature homegrown rhizome equals $50 to $100 restaurant equivalent value. Wasabi's natural habitat. Native mountain streams in Japan's Shizuoka, Nagano, and Iwate prefectures provide wasabi's ideal environment at 1,000 to 2,500 meter elevations, where temperatures stay cool year-round. Clean, cold mountain streams with constant flow create perfect growing conditions. Temperature range of 7 to 21 degrees Celsius with ideal at 13 to 18 degrees supports optimal growth. Forest canopy provides 70 to 90% shade while constant moisture from stream spray and fog maintains humidity. Gravelly, well-draining soil with high organic matter anchors plants. The key insight shows that mimicking these specific conditions enables successful home cultivation anywhere. 3 growing methods. A traditional gravel bed called sawa requires a running water system and represents the most authentic Japanese method. Semi-aquatic container growing balances water and drainage while offering a beginner-friendly approach. Hydroponic or aquaponic systems provide the highest success rate through complete environmental control. Space requirements allocate 1 square foot minimum per plant. Time to harvest remains 18 to 24 months regardless of method chosen. Difficulty ranking places hydroponics easiest, containers medium difficulty, and gravel beds hardest. Initial investment ranges from $50 to $200 depending on method. Return on investment delivers 2 to 5 times initial investment after the first harvest. Sourcing plants. Tissue culture plants costing $15 to $30. Each guaranteed disease-free specimens with established root systems. Rhizome divisions priced at $25 to $50 offer faster maturity from established growth. Seeds remain rarely available with 6-month germination and very difficult cultivation, making them impractical. Reputable suppliers include Pacific Northwest nurseries and specialized Asian plant suppliers. Red flags include claims of easy to grow, seeds from general seed companies, and suspiciously cheap prices. Look for established roots, 3 to 4 healthy leaves, and firm rhizomes. Quarantine new plants for 2 to 4 weeks, checking for pests and disease. Buy 2 to 3 initial plants, then harvest offsets for free expansion. Temperature and climate control. Critical temperature range of 10 to 21 degrees Celsius allows growth, while ideal range of 13 to 18 degrees produces optimal development. Death occurs above 27 degrees Celsius during extended periods. Dormancy begins below 7 degrees Celsius, slowing growth dramatically. Home locations include basements, insulated garages, and north-facing rooms. Summer cooling uses evaporative cooling, air conditioning, or ice water circulation. Winter protection maintains frost-free conditions with 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit minimum. Digital thermometer with minimum maximum memory function provides essential monitoring. Consistent temperature matters more than perfection because Fluctuations stress plants more than slightly suboptimal stable conditions. The hydroponic setup. Hydroponics wins for home growers through complete environmental control and elimination of soil-borne diseases. Water temperature management becomes easier than soil systems. Year-round production becomes possible with controlled conditions. System types include deep water culture as simplest with lowest maintenance. Nutrient film technique uses running water mimicking natural stream habitat. Cracky method offers passive operation without pumps, though growth rate slows. Container setup uses 5-gallon buckets or 10-gallon totes for mature plants. Net pots of 6 to 8 inches hold plants securely. Hydroton expanded clay pellets provide root support. Airstone with pump provides critical oxygenation, preventing root rot. Nutrient solution uses General Hydroponics Flora series. EIC measures 1.2 to 1.8 millisiemens per centimeter. pH maintains 6.0 to 6.5 range. Weekly solution changes prevent buildup. Temperature control targets 15 to 18 degrees Celsius water temperature. Methods include frozen water bottles rotated every 12 hours or aquarium chillers. Monitoring through aquarium thermometer shows real-time conditions. Lighting requirements stay very low at 2,000 to 4,000 lux maximum. LED grow lights on the lowest setting work well. Duration of 10 to 12 hours daily suffices. System maintenance includes daily water level checks. Weekly complete nutrient solution changes maintain chemistry. Total time investment requires just 2 to 3 hours monthly. Semi-aquatic container method. This method works for beginners through more forgiving conditions than pure hydroponics. Simpler equipment requirements reduce initial investment and complexity. Natural growing medium feels familiar to traditional gardeners. Container selection requires a 5-gallon minimum, with 10-gallon better for mature plants. Drainage holes prove critical for preventing water stagnation. Plastic pots control temperature better than terracotta. Growing a medium recipe specifically for wasabi combines 40% fine pea gravel size. Add 30% perlite, improving drainage and root aeration. Include 20% cocoa coir, retaining moisture without waterlogging. Mix in 10% aged compost with low nitrogen content. An alternative simpler mix uses 50% perlite plus 50% cocoa coir. The planting procedure begins filling the container 1/3 with growing medium. The position plant so the rhizome sits horizontally rather than vertically. Rhizome should be half exposed and half buried for optimal growth. Fill around the roots gently without compacting the medium. Water thoroughly until draining from bottom holes. Watering technique represents the most critical success factor. Keep constantly moist but never waterlogged. Water when the top 1 inch feels barely moist. Use cool water at 55 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit if possible. Bottom watering works excellently by sitting the pot in the tray for 15 minutes, then draining. Daily misting of leaves maintains high humidity. Fertilization schedule applies weak liquid fertilizer at quarter strength biweekly. Fish emulsion works well with 5:1:1 NPK ratio. Avoid high nitrogen fertilizers causing weak, elongated growth. Stop all fertilizing 2 months before the plant harvest. Drainage and moisture balance sits the pot on a tray with half-inch water not touching the pot bottom. Water wicks upward, maintaining consistent moisture. Empty and refill tray weekly, preventing stagnation. Location in home works best in the basement near the north-facing window. An insulated garage succeeds if temperatures stay 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Bathrooms benefit from shower steam providing humidity. The repotting schedule starts in a 3-gallon container, moving to 5-gallon after 6 months. Year 2 moves the plant to 10-gallon for final maturation. Monitoring plant health watches for new leaf growth, indicating healthy plants. Gravel bed with running water. The authentic method background traces 400 plus years of use in Japan, called sawa cultivation, meaning stream-grown wasabi, produces the highest quality flavor according to Japanese growers, requires most space and infrastructure of all methods, best suited for dedicated serious wasabi growers. System design overview uses a shallow bed 12 to 18 inches deep. Dimensions of 4 feet by 8 feet accommodate 20 to 30 mature plants. Liner or pond liner or concrete prevents water loss. Inlet provides constant cool water flow into bed. Outlet overflow drain prevents water stagnation. Flow rate completes water replacement every 4 to 8 hours. Gravel selection and layering places 4 inches large river rock as bottom layer. The middle layer adds 4 inches of medium gravel half-inch to 1-inch size. Even the top layer finishes with 4 inches fine gravel or small pebbles. Gaps between rocks allow water flow and root penetration. Water source options include spring water as ideal if available on property. Well water works if temperature stays stable and cool year-round. Municipal water must be dechlorinated and cooled before use. A recirculating system with pump, chiller, and biofilter costs more but provides reliability. Water temperature management targets 13 to 18 degrees Celsius constantly. Cooling methods include aquarium chillers or ice melt systems. Insulation with rigid foam around bedsides reduces temperature fluctuation. Planting in gravel bed spaces, plants 12 inches apart in all directions. Planting depth buries rhizomes halfway horizontally. Roots spread into gravel naturally over time. Water flow should be gentle. Nutrient supplementation pushes slow-release organic fertilizer pellets into gravel. Fish emulsion added to water reservoirs monthly provides nitrogen. Less fertilizer needed than containers because water carries dissolved nutrients. Maintenance requirements include daily checks of water flow, temperature, and plant health. Weekly removal of dead leaves and water quality testing. Monthly inspection for algae buildup and flow rate adjustment. Time investment requires 5 to 10 hours monthly hands-on work. Cost analysis shows initial setup of $500 to $2,000 depending on water system complexity. Ongoing costs run $20 to $50 monthly for electricity. Payback calculation shows 20 to 30 plants times $50 value equals $1,000 to $1,500 after 2 years. Only economically viable for serious growers or small commercial scale operations. Managing shade, humidity, and light levels. Understanding wasabi's shade requirements shows natural habitat receives 70 to 90% shade under forest canopy. Light intensity measures just 2,000 to 4,000 lux, extremely low compared to most crops. Too much light causes yellowing, stunted growth, and bitter flavor development. Too little light produces leggy, elongated growth and weak rhizome development. Measuring light accurately uses a lux meter or free phone app. Target 2,000 to 4,000 lux at plant level for optimal growth. Comparison shows full sun equals 100,000 lux, meaning wasabi needs just 2 to 4% of full sun. Indoor shade solutions include north-facing windows, often providing perfect natural light intensity. Sheer curtains filter bright windows to acceptable levels, and shade cloth at 70 to 90% blocks excess light over the growing area. Distance from grow lights at 4 to 6 feet from the LED panel reduces intensity. Outdoor growing during summer only works in cool climates. Location on the north side of the house or under mature trees provides shade. Portable containers move to follow shade throughout the day. Monitor leaf color as an indicator with dark green, showing good light while yellow indicates too much. Humidity management techniques target 70 to 90% relative humidity constantly. Digital hygrometer provides accurate measurement. Ultrasonic or evaporative humidifiers run constantly maintaining moisture. Grouping plants together creates a shared microclimate with higher humidity. Misting sprays leaves 1 to 2 times daily with cool water. Room-level environmental control uses the basement as a naturally cool and humid ideal location. Bathroom shower steam provides a humidity bonus. A grow tent offers complete control of all environmental factors. Gentle fan create air circulation preventing fungal disease issues. Signs of incorrect light levels show too much light as pale green to yellow leaves and slow growth. Too little light appears as dark green, but elongated stems with small leaves. Perfect light displays medium dark green color, compact growth habit, and steady development. Creating stable microclimate values consistency over perfection, with stable 60% better than fluctuating 80%. Monitor conditions twice daily until the system stabilizes. Harvest, multiplication, and production. When to harvest depends on age with 18 to 24 months minimum from initial planting. Rhizome size should measure 4 to 6 inches long and 1 to 2 inches diameter. Weight ranges 50 to 150 grams per mature rhizome typically. Don't wait too long because after 3 years, the rhizome becomes woody and fibrous. Harvest technique preserves quality through morning harvest when moisture content peaks. Method gently excavates the entire plant without cutting the rhizome. Clean by rinsing in cool water and patting dry. Immediate use within 15 minutes of grating provides peak flavor. Storage wraps in damp paper towel inside sealed bag, refrigerated for 7 to 14 days maximum. Proper grating technique traditionally uses shark skin grater called oroshigani. Alternative tools include fine microplane or ceramic grater. Direction moves in circular motion, not back and forth scraping. Timing grates immediately before eating as flavor peaks at 15 minutes. Multiplying plants from offsets finds small plantlets emerging around main rhizome base. Timing removes offsets when 2 to 3 inches tall with own roots developed. Method twists gently to separate from parent plant. Growth reaches harvest size in 18 to 24 months. Free expansion turns one plant into 5 to 10 plants over 3 to 4 years. Continuous production strategy uses staggered planting starting new plants every 6 months. Year 1 starts with 4 to 6 initial plants. Year 2 harvests 2 plants while starting 6 more from offsets. Year 3 harvests 4 to 6 plants while maintaining 8 to 12 growing. Perpetual self-sustaining system produces year-round harvests indefinitely. Value calculation shows initial investment of $50 to $200 setup plus $15 to $30 per plant. Year 1, total cost runs $150 to $300. Year 2, harvest produces 2 to 4 rhizomes. Times $50 to $100 value equaling $100 to $400. Year 3 harvest yields 4 to 8 rhizomes times $50 to $100, equaling $200 to $800. Total 3-year value reaches $500 to $1,500 from initial investment. Commercial potential small-scale sells fresh rhizome at $80 to $150 per pound to restaurants. Leaves sell as specialty salad green for $5 to $10 per bunch. Scale of 20 to 30 plants generates $2,000 to $4,000 annual income potential. Using the whole plant includes rhizome as traditional grated condiment. Stems pickle in salt brine. Leaves add to salads with mild wasabi flavor. Flowers serve as edible garnish. Nothing wastes because all parts have culinary value.